They're not. Yes, brother, what is it? Time has come. I have already spoken to Prince Cerneu. I am ready. We go to war. Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again with Uladard the Beautiful of Valencia. It is time for us to attack our neighbors and take the things we need in order to become a unified kingdom. I don't know, Castile, it's very tempting to do a border clash with Castile, but I have to worry about becoming bigger than 50% size. If we look down here at like the structure, the thing that the border clash would give me would be all of Granada, all of Cordoba, and most of Isabella. All of Isabella, actually, except for, actually, Aragon holds this. But we don't, I mean, we want the Kingdom of Andalusia and the Kingdom of Valencia to be our primary territory. That should be about 50%, right? And one border clash will get us most of that. The big problem is piety, not extraordinarily pious. There are ways that we could get some piety, though. One of those ways that we would actually do, if we still have a target available, and I think we do, funeral, is a funeral. Let's see who we can hold a funeral for. So de Monteneos, so our nephew and our dead son. So we can do a funeral for our dead son. This will get us some piety, and is also something that we would definitely consider doing, but we don't have the money for it right now, and we will eventually run out of time. I don't know how long it's going to be before we get another influx of money from the Pope, and any military action we take is going to be super, super expensive in money. We do kind of want to take this now. I sort of wish that we could just get the claim. County that we're looking for is Castillon. Can't get a county for that from her because this is the person who holds it, but we could buy a claim this county. Of course, that spends some of our extraordinarily valuable piety, which is a problem. It's a big problem, really. I'm not even sure that that would help. I think we're eventually just going to have to do this, right? If we want to seize the de jure county here with 35 prestige, the minimum cost to get it done. Pretty sure we win. We have an enormous amount of allies. We're actually half of her entire alliance's strength on our own, and we have a much higher quality army than she does. I think we're just going to declare this war. But your father and I, we had an agreement. You had an agreement, yes. And you helped a great deal in returning Valencia to us, and you must know that you have nothing to fear from us beyond this. But if you will not turn over that land which should be part of Valencia, that land which was part of Valencia from its very inception, then I will have no choice but to declare war. And we will have to leave it to fate to decide which one of us truly deserves to hold Castellon. And then we're going to call our allies in. Call in the King of Vardos immediately, and then we will also bring in the Prince here from Wales and the Duchy of Cedar. For house members, we could bring in Countess Maria from the remnant bit of the north. That would be kind of hilarious since she doesn't really like us. She is infirm. She's in bad shape. Or we can call in the literal person who we're fighting over. That's not great. we wouldn't call her in because that's not how this works. I am going to immediately go to the territory that we got through vassalization last time here. And we're going to, I want this to be, no, it is there, good. And we want to raise all here. Excellent. Let's just raise the entire army, get everyone to join, and immediately siege down the war target. I believe she has no other wars. I'm hoping that our ally here is smart enough to... She's going to come right for us. Actually, she's not going to come right for us, which is a mistake. If she comes right for us, we'll probably have to meet up with our ally. I'm pretty certain if our ally comes in... Let's do a split here, so we can station besiegers, then we can come across. Hopefully our ally will join us. I think he will. Oh, see what's happening. They're already deciding that we're weak now. That's fine. Immediately head back. If our ally immediately comes for us, I think we win this. No, not you. You stay. You go. And I think our ally will be what makes us win this. Offer military assistance, decline. We don't need it right now. So we're going to try to catch. And by catching, we should make it so that our ally can actually join us in time. Hopefully they don't become a coward and veer off. I don't think they will. We don't have to win, we just have to hold them long enough for our ally to get in, which will break their army down, something we definitely need to see happen, because we have to keep their army low. Right, so now send our guys up to rejoin our siege. At this point, the next time we fight this army, we can probably do it on our own. More allies have joined us, which is good. She has no one who's joined her, which isn't great for her, I'll say that. But we need this. We need this badly. It's sort of a test war for the essential coming war where we fight Castile. Once we get here, we'll start to watch. So there is the allied army there. Let's veer off and try to catch the allied army. Our allies are coming in. Oh, that's not an allied army. That's actually just her army. It's the same army as before, actually. Okay. She's bought some mercenaries. Not convinced that they matter. Okay. Try to get a catch. Even a partial catch will be a victory here. Good. Now we go north. She now has her ally in position as well as mercenaries. Hopefully our allies actually follow us, because if they don't, we could have trouble. Right now it's fine though. Stop here for now. We're going to cross over here for now, because we want to try to entice our ally to come up and join us. We don't want them going like crazy away. Now we go. That should give them enough time to get in before we're wiped out, which is all we really need. Break the siege. There we are. We were holding them off already, which is exactly what we want. That should be enough for victory. There it is. The first of our 2 required wars are now done. There, it is as simple as that. Do you surrender? You leave me with no choice. This is what? I told you what we would do. I did it. I understand. You feel like you are entitled to what we have taken, but you must know Valencia will be restored. It will be restored to its height. And then you will what? You said you will do no more to us. No, not to you. But it is essential that this land becomes peaceful and prosperous. We can have no more conflict. And what? In order to prevent that conflict, are you going to conquer everyone? I have no intention of conquering anyone except those that I must. But we will rebuild the original heart of the Umayyad Empire and use it as the core of a new Valencia. Once we have done that, the power balance will be equalized between us and Castile, at which point, and only at that point, will true peace negotiations be possible. As for diplomacy, we grab groom to rule. We have prisoners to ransom. There we are. We'll also ask our head of faith for gold, and we may hold the funeral. Not decided yet about that. So Castile has had its fall. It's disband all. So there is a new king in Castile. The biggest problem is this isn't going to last, and we don't have the piety. And we are cynical, which means there is a valid thing that we could actually do, which is we could do the struggle class and just accept the fact it turns us into sinners. The church demanding that we don't do the thing we want to do probably wouldn't stop us. There are a lot of problems that come from that, though. We look at what happens when we become, where is it? Here's where we see the level of devotion. A sinner. You can see the clergy dislike us. It's like the main problem is the clergy starts to dislike us. But now is literally the time, and we can't wait. The other thing we could do is we could not do the struggle clash, and we could just seize the one county that is de jure ours. It's a tough decision, because doing this battle now means never having to do it again. I just feel like cynical and arbitrary probably means we wouldn't care. You know? Like, we just wouldn't care. Now is the time. Yep. I mean, we are illustrious very soon. I think we're going to do it. I think it's the right thing to do. I think we just accept the fact that this makes us a sinner, and we just try to work our way out of it as quickly as possible. I can't see there being any way that we would wait to do this later. I don't think it's really in our nature to put the concerns and complaints of the clergy above the necessity of our people's current needs, right? Like, that's just who we are. Luckily, we got the Pope to give us money first. He's probably regretting that. Let's call him to war. Let's call you. Let's call you. I'm just going to call everyone in this time that can join. I think that's fine. I think this is the right decision. There are some potentially bad outcomes to this, like maybe we get excommunicated, but I mean, that's a decision our son can solve in the future. Excellent. So we're going to start by sieging the territory in the south that we absolutely need. He has no allies and a diminished army. This is if there ever was going to be a time to fight him, the time to fight him. And this gives us the closest we need to what we actually want. If we go above 50%, we can just, we can easily send strays away. We can let them become independent. We'll head to here now. All the allies are out doing work. Hopefully they'll do some sieges for us. his army is just simply, after the death of his father, not strong enough to stop us. We're still making 6 piety per turn, which means getting out of Sinner won't actually even be that long. We're now illustrious. Okay, so we've sieged the second location. Now let's head. That is a city. Oh, that's the last siege point. Yeah, let's head to the fort way over there, I think. We could easily drop besiegers and stop this siege if we wanted to. Low control. Oh, that's from newly gained stuff, right? Yeah, let's actually have you do this, please. I think that's good. Let's drop besiegers here and then head out to hunt his army. Ooh, I have been corresponding with your chancellor, so you're feeling a little better about what we did? Yeah, you knew we had to. You knew we had to. It'll be fine. There really was no choice. I will unsiege that territory as well. We're not going to let him just, like, have his way with our allies' territory. Valencia School of Translators. With the spirit of conciliation reigning in Iberia, scholars from all the region have been dawdling in the libraries of my domain. Perhaps I could direct their energy to something fruitful. My Prince Bishop Arnost, has an idea. We should organize a translation team, he says, and I could lead it. Let us scour the lands for skilled translators, even heathens, and put them to work under your auspices. Valencia has the potential to be a beacon of enlightenment if you will fund it. I will spare no expense in finding the best people. I do not have that much money. Since you're so capable, you can do all the translations. Ha 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 ha! I mean, I have no choice because I can't pay for it and I'm doing it. So I'm sorry, bud, but you're gonna have to just suck it up. Just suck it up. Ooh, we have another son. Carls, you happy you have another son now? I don't know why you worked so hard to make it political. I think us spending less time together is actually improving our relationship. Not Uladard. We don't name children after ourselves. Let's see. Benevento? Yeah, sure. We can name our son Benevento. That's interesting. I like that name. Ah, yes. Our son. I've come to you because I want there to be peace between us. Peace? You've done nothing but hound me. All I've been doing is looking out for my own children. And you? Yes, I know. I have interpreted selfish actions that were unselfishly intended to protect our children. I know I have. But you have also been too aggressive and deceitful and manipulative in your attempts to gain things for children that I would have supported anyway. This disagreement between us, it needs to end. Then it should end. As long as my son will be looked to after you're gone, after we're both gone, fine. Don't need to fight with you anymore about it. I just never wanted this life. And my children, they were all I had. Then let's end this conflict. I still have no desire to become friends with you or close with you, but we'll leave you be if you will also stop harassing me. And we can have some kind of peace. And our son can grow up without us at each other's throat. All right, we'll do it your way. Let's just chase him down. I'm actually going to go back and we're going to do the siege because they're gonna hunt him, I'm assuming. Mysteries of the Scriptures. My son, Rodolph, and his little friend, Sibylla, had taken a copy of the Scriptures from the study and completely ruined it. Torn pages. It is just a load of tripe. I'm not making him humble. I'm not making him content. No, we're cynical. We're not changing that about him. But I will, since he's 11, we will try to influence his personality. The only thing we have available to us is arbitrary, so no, we won't try to force arbitrary on him. We'll see what comes from randomness. See what he's doing? He's gonna try to come back around to do the siege, and I'm not gonna allow it to happen. He's changed his mind. He's just gonna wander about aimlessly, is he? That's fine. I'm absolutely not going to let him siege anything that's important. We'll head down this way with the siege army. We'll head across to our own territory with the fluid army. Alongside this letter, you will find the severed head of one of the thieves that has been running amok in both our realms. I have taken the liberty of executing her and informing your garrison in Valencia of the location of her accomplices, in which her accomplices lie. Ooh, nice. You killed the bandit king. Haha. Good for you. I don't think we're going to be able to save them, but they're going to hold them in place. It actually might be close. This might be close. I mean, we got to avenge you. Sorry we didn't get there in time to stop it, but we got to avenge you. Oh no, our court poet is dead. Oop, I seized this book. Interesting. There we go, we broke the army. That was enough to win the battle. Let's enforce our demands. Was it truly worth it? Yes. Yes, it was. We're gonna have to repair our relationship with the church. I think the logical way for us to do that in the immediate sense is going to be to hold that that funeral if it's still available. So we will do a funeral for our child. to show them that we're still a pious man, regardless of what anybody might think of our current actions. Let's just check and see if there is still... Yes, and our caravan master, we need a new caravan master. Oh, did Gaboto die, or is he just retired? It appears he might have actually died, and I didn't notice. Well, let's look at this. We'll get this guy in. That's fine. We'll do maximum cost. We'll start the funeral, but we're not going to do it right yet. We're going to need to look at how we're going to split up the newly gained territory. So if we go down to the south here, we can see we have duchies that need to be formed down here in the south, right? Let's start... Since we have the money on hand for it, with Granada. I will then look at what's down here. So we have lots of different people in charge down here. We have this Sephardi Catholic. What is the actual culture down here? It's that one Sephardi spot that she controls already. I'm going to make her the Duchess, which will put those people under her and be up to her to manage. Then if we look at our people here, she is an okay, I mean, she's not as good as Mayor Lop, but the fact is she needs to be in there because she's a powerful vassal. We'll have to see how the rest of this sorts out. Technically, my brother can do Chancellor though, right? Yeah, that's the only job that she's really any good at all, so we will assign her. As for our brother, we will attempt to befriend him when we have an opportunity. Are we swaying anybody right now? So that opportunity is now, so we'll try to befriend our brother. So we can keep him off the council. We actually have no common traits with our brother. We probably actually should not be befriending him. Instead of befriending him, we will sway him. Interesting that they let us do those two things at once. Nice. All right, so that fixes the stuff down here. Now in the center, I am holding a lot of stuff. This needs to stay with us because we need the whole capital duchy, right? This though, wait, what is in our duchy? Both of these go to our brother, right? Like we should be granting him... No, not granting. We're granting him vassals, right? Or do we hold these? We hold these ourselves, right? Yeah, we hold these ourselves. So, just grant him those titles. That's one title. Still, it's his. He should have it. It's a one title with 2 keeps. That's why. Which should help us some. That gets us down to 2. 2 things we're holding that we probably shouldn't be. We now need to make sure our new young son will have something to inherit. Which means we need a second duchy. Cordoba is the logical second duchy. We hold only 1 spot here, though. We could fight to get him Toledo, or we could... I mean, we cannot usurp Toledo because we need to have 1 more location, and we're not going to war with Castile again anytime soon. We also need to check something else that's essential, which is if we go to new struggle ending, currently we hold less than 50% with our current number of locations. We hold completely control... Okay, current phase... 29% of the region. So we got lots of room, which means we can go to war with Castile 1 more time if we really want to. France has basically gotten rid of what was left of Navarra. That's fine, right? I have no aim to do anything to Vardos. So I guess the title that we're going to... We also don't have to maintain like the de jure titles. It's not necessary to do it like that, right? So like we could make Isabella its own duchy. This guy in my control, or is he in his control? He's in his control, eh? He holds that. Why can I usurp this? So it requires money. Yeah, it's just the money. Fine. I mean to give up 2 more titles. 1, 2. Okay. So looking at these, all of this we're keeping. That's 5. Which means we can keep 2 more titles, right? So who is this? This is this guy. So this is clearly the capital duchy. This is just another keep. We're going to grant this keep to... guess you. Relations. Let's go back to our father. Go to his oldest daughter. He died. What did he die of? Age. Can't grant to his daughter. So that's the end of any plan for that, unless she has a son, which does not. Okay. So he basically just missed it, which is tragic, but what can you do? I suppose if we go to our father again, they both have daughters. So he's a Cerneu. He controls nothing, so we can give it to her oldest son, the barony, just the barony. Oh, the lower one's the barony. That's a bit surprising to me. I would have thought it was the north one, but okay, that's fine. Give him the barony. Let's see if there's anything we can do to hold 1 more. I really don't think there is. I don't have any items that would give me stewardship, do I? It would have to be a ton, because we just thresholded to 2. Yeah, we just thresholded to 2. Let's give this away to whoever we're going to pick to make this eventually. I mean, we can give it to the Prince Bishop. I wouldn't mind it being theocratic. I don't know if that's a good idea, actually. This guy dislikes us the least. Let's give it to him. So that's the beginning of what we need to do. Now let's ransom this person. Oh, that's why. This is a city, but this city happened to be the capital. It is very confusing. Okay, sorry man, you're gonna hate this, but I gotta revoke you. Just hold on though. I need to make this the capital, right? Yes, and then I need to make this city and grant it to that guy. Okay, having a hard time figuring out how to find him. Go to title history. No, I'm looking for the title history. Oh, they don't do title history for baronies? Go to Dynasty. I feel like I literally just lost track of this guy instantaneously. If I back up enough, will it let me do it? There he is. Get him back in the court. Please, get back in the court. Funeral is beginning. Good. Let's kill that. Now let's grant him the city, which makes it all make more sense. Now we can hold this properly without anything complaining. We're fine. It's all right. Now let's go to the funeral for our son. Our poor boy. I think doing the funeral will also help his mother grieve. So it's possible with her extraordinarily deceitful personality that she'll not want anything to do with this. A dedicated tutor. My tutor Bork approaches me with concerns regarding the state of our educational materials, so he wants more funds for the education of children. Yeah, you'll have them. Even though I don't have the money. Fine. We'll pay our debts off as quickly as we can. Station our men-at-arms after. We need a successor to one of our knightly orders. You're doing a great job still, by the way. Good job. Blade Master rank. The heavy footman, and this is the light footman, which is the one we need to replace the person for. So far, so we're doing good. And usurp this when we have the money, but that'll be a couple of months away. Like, it's not that long off. We'll do all the conciliation down here. Make sure everything turns out good. I don't know where the... I mean, traditionally the capital duchy is in here someplace, right? It's Cordoba. But we don't control Cordoba, and we're not going to take it away, so... If we look at the kingdom, yeah, the capital is traditionally here. The capital of Andalusia is going to be in the south. That's just for sure. We're going to prevent splitting, I think, by trying to convince them to let us change this to primogeniture. We need high crown authority to do that, and to make this guy less annoying. We can work towards that. It's just time, right? Yeah, there's no reason to believe that we won't be alive then. We can change it to high partition temporarily. This guy doesn't approve. Does he have any skills that are worthwhile? I mean, I guess we can make him the spy master. That might get his approval as a temporary measure. Also sway him, because we can do two at once now. We have definitely cleaned up the south here, and we are now in a strong position to start working towards conciliation. It'll take a bit of time, but I think we can pull it off pretty easily. Must remain strong. Our boy, our poor dead son. Maybe it's time to make peace with our wife. After extensive conversation over the delectable dishes, Simone expresses that he finds me most learned and wise, so this child, this Cerneu child of mine, his child, the man I just made a mayor. I guess that little kid does recognize true intellect, I suppose. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say about that, okay? Thanks for your vote of confidence, small boy. This is Fyodora, another one of my courtiers that is also his child. Yep. The sorrowful line marches on, the line to have a last moment with Huppold, yes. I will speak of his virtues because he was... Or should I do just a quiet bow and... No, we'll speak of his virtues. He was a good kid. Alright, so we're having a good feast during this. That's life reaffirmed, so that should give us a little bit more time on this earth. I feel a quiet calm wash over me, gazing around the room of mourners. Some eyes are strained red, others would see this like any other cause for gathering. One soul, however, looks at me with uncertainty and tugs at my side. My nephew, William, does not weep openly, but does not seem unmoved like many other children present. King Uladard of Valencia, what happened to Huppold? Why is everybody sad? I could just assuage his worries, or I could tell him he's in heaven now. I'm not personally convinced that he's in heaven now, but at the same time, I think that it's just to not impress my cynicism on a young child, so we'll tell him the comforting lie. He's in heaven now. Well, the comforting uncertainty is better, because we don't directly think it's a lie. Okay, so let's change this to high partition for when approved, so we'll change the law. It'll take a long time before we can change the law again, right? Nope, we can just change it immediately, fine. High partition, that's what we want to do. Now the time has come to commit Huppold's final rites before his final journey into the hereafter. Beautiful. Yes, our showing at this funeral is extremely legitimate, but it also will help the priests to understand that maybe we aren't as horrid as they seem to want to make us out to be. Still got minus 2,000 to overcome. We're home. Good. It's gonna be a long road convincing people that we were right about making that extraordinarily intense decision. Didn't we have our... Oh no, we did not have our brother as Chancellor. Well, let me see. So the Duchess here is only good at what she's doing and not very good at that. We will put the Countess in as our Chancellor. She'll do an adequate job. Keep her on domestic affairs though. What happened? Ugh, we lost a point of stewardship someplace. What items do we have that we could be using here? Maybe we remove... I don't know if we even have anything that would give us a point of stewardship is the thing. No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like we're already wearing all of our stewardship. We're going to need to get a point of stewardship somehow, because we really can't give anything else away. If I change her from assist ruler to manage domain, barely enough to stabilize us, but we do lose capability in every other category, which I suppose is just going to have to be the compromise. What's our daughter doing? Seems to be doing all right. Good. And we're gonna have to keep making this work. We need to look at our missing positions, because we definitely need a seneschal. Who would be a good seneschal? Click on everybody who's at least average, looking for somebody who's in our family. There's nobody, so we'll just pay for the best one then. We got a new diplomacy perk for Bound by Blood. Nice. Now, any other positions that we need to replace? We got prisoners still. Suppose we can negotiate this guy's release. We'll recruit him. Then we have this guy. He can go. Then we have this guy. He can also go. Doesn't need to stay in our prison, it's fine. Okay, things seem to be stabilizing. The kingdom is the kingdom as we need it to be. We have a lot of work to do to stabilize. We also have a lot of work to do to turn around the other kingdoms in the region. But Valencia is stronger than it's ever been. This is the most powerful Valencia in the history of the kingdom. And it has we have no reason to believe that it's not going to stay that strong. Right now, because we haven't created the second kingdom title, High Partition is enough to get us the proper inheritance we need. Most likely we'll change it over to primogenitor and then hand these out to him when he comes of age. That's probably what we'll do. Oh, he's cute, but he's got those strange wide eyes. Actually has his mother's version of the strange wide eyes, not his grandmother's version of the strange wide. I mean, yeah, the one that his... And they're not directly related to him, so there's nothing like that. Lingering resentment. My son, Radolf, has been harboring a secret affection for Elvira for some time. However, when he finally confessed his feelings, she responded harshly. Now, Radolf mutters whenever he passes by, childlike vices. We're not making him vengeful. If we can do literally anything else, that would make him chaste. That would make him stubborn. I think we would make him stubborn of those ones. Okay. We could also make him arbitrary, or at least try to. Arbitrary isn't particularly good for his education type, but it's also not particularly bad for his education type. I don't think we're gonna bother to do it. Our brother has come to swear fealty to us. Thank you so much for the money and the reassurance that you have trust in us. So Valencia has been restored. Ruthenia just grows bigger and bigger by the year. King Vladislav II is now king in Ruthenia. He has no children. He's married to a super old woman. His heir is Prince Grigory. All right. So the line is in no danger. They've become just huge. And of course they would, right? We left them in an enormous position of strength. What there was of the Mongols has collapsed. We have the Khanate of Ob here, which could be something in the future. And we have the wasteland of the former empire doing what it does. We still have things to achieve though, and I don't think we can achieve them that quickly. We might get them done in his life. He's only 39 years old, but we need to stabilize the realm, get all the titles purchased. We can purchase most of those titles now. Not the king title because we don't want that right now, but everything else. We can do this, usurp, this, create title. We can now go to our preferred vassal here, which will let us put our old friend back in as the spy master because he's our preferred vassal in this position. Although he also is going to want to be spy master. Did we ever befriend you? We didn't. How's this looking? I don't think this is necessary anymore. We could drop a befriend though on you, I think. No, we can't because you have no traits in common with us, which is too bad. So we will also just solidify our relationship as much as we possibly can. I don't think we're going to demand his conversion. That doesn't matter to us. We'll put a sway on him. Got a lot of kids. And then we're going to give the title here to the guy we picked previously. I think it was this guy, wasn't it? Oh wait, that doesn't make any sense. What is going on here? Okay, so this guy holds all of this. This guy will become, no, yeah, he'll become that title, Cordoba. This guy will become Seville. And that should work out, I think. Okay, means our chancellor now, well, he's not a good chancellor. What about you? You're not a good chancellor. What about you? You don't even belong to the council. So our brother is the best chancellor. This guy would be an okay marshal. So you can actually, where are you? You can become the marshal. And my brother, ugh, none of this makes any sense. Never mind. Switch back, please. You, Brilla, can become the chancellor. I mean, you're terrible at it though. What are you good at? Nothing. What are you good at? Nothing. So I guess we're putting you as chancellor, my brother, and then we'll have to figure out what to do with the other guy to make him not angry. And with that though, I think the big first step of consolidating the peninsula is done. I don't really think there's much chance that they're gonna ever catch up to us. I think we've busted them down to the point where that's just not possible. She's close, right? I don't believe she's actually as strong as us because I think our alliances are superior. But we will want to clean all this up to the point where we're just stronger than her on troops existing, because that will make them less likely to try to profit off of us. There are a couple of places we still could get that are de jure to us in Castile and Aragon, but we don't really want to do those wars right away. We might not even want to do them at all. And we have de jure Valencia back. Righto, right back to where we once were, right at the beginning. Look at that. Valencia de jure, 100% ours. We also control the vast majority of Andalusia, easily enough to make the kingdom title so that we can make claim wars here if we decide to. We're not at the point where we're even close to 50%, so that's good, because that means that we can still expand a little bit out. But our main goal now is to start making ourselves strong enough to not be seen as a valid target for any of our neighbors, to recover our religious standing over time, but we would mostly only do that through like regular things we'd actually do. Like the funeral made sense, but a pilgrimage doesn't. And we need to make these guys all like us, to make all these kingdoms like us enough that we can create a future, right? That means alliances. We probably can do that quite easily, to be fair. But Valencia itself is now 100% secure, stronger than it's ever been, because of the combined efforts of King Huppold and his father, King Bernard Hugh, the Adventurer. All right, thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.